One thing that I've been thinking a lot about today is my own limiting beliefs and how in my life, though those beliefs that I feel like I haven't even really chosen to have limited me in a lot of ways that I would prefer to not have chosen to be limited by. And what I mean by that is that you'll only go as far in life as you personally decide to, but that decision may not be a conscious one. So obviously everybody had a childhood. Everybody has had developmental phases where you learn truths about the world, or you learn what you think are facts about the world and the reality around you. And when you are developing that sense of reality, there's a chance you can pick up false realities, or maybe not even false truths or realities, but truths that may not benefit you to have. Everybody looks at the world differently. Everybody has different opinions on the way the world works and what is true and what isn't, and what gets you to where you want to be and what doesn't. But the reality is that there is no truth. Like, this world that we live in doesn't have one way to live. It doesn't have one answer. It doesn't have one route to the finish line. Like, there's no one path and there's no one final destination. So it's about as free as anything can possibly be. And because of that, there's no game plan. There's no strategies. There are strategies, but there's no set strategies for what works and what doesn't. So what people end up doing is, throughout the course of their lives, they will develop their own sense of reality, and subconsciously they will create truths about their world. So, for example, someone may believe that making money is very difficult, or being successful is very difficult, or maybe even they might decide that being successful isn't for them. It's for a different type of person, and they're not that type of person. And there's some ways that belief serves a person, and then obviously there's a lot of ways where that works against somebody. One of the big reasons that someone may pick up a belief like that is because it alleviates any responsibility of taking control of their own lives that they have. So if you decide to believe that it just wasn't in the hands for you to get everything that you've ever wanted, to reach every goal that you've ever wanted, if you decide that that's just not for you, and maybe for other people, maybe for that 0.01% that was blessed from birth or whatever, maybe for them it's possible, but for you it isn't, you alleviate all the pressure from yourself of even trying to get there. And you can't fail if you don't try. So you take all that weight off your shoulders, and then you go live your regular life, and then throughout the course of your life you don't really think about it. But someone who maybe does have the belief that they're able to and they should get everything that they've ever wanted, they have to actually go and do that now, because any other way that things turn out, they're gonna see and they're gonna believe that, like, man, I could have gotten this. I could have gotten all the success that I wanted, but I didn't. Maybe because I didn't try hard enough, or I didn't put enough time in. I wasn't consistent enough. But then they blame themselves. So instead of shifting their blame to just saying it wasn't meant to be in the cards, they've taken that burden on their shoulders. And I feel like once you view life that way, it's very difficult to go back. I would say one of my beliefs is that you can really do anything in this world. Like, you have your own decisions, and anybody, at least this is speaking in the US, I would say, because there are a lot of places where opportunity is actually very, very hard to come by. But for a lot of people watching this video, you can really go out and do anything. Everybody, I feel like, is capable enough, smart enough, It just depends on how hard you work and how hard you want the thing that you're searching to get. So anybody can go make money. Anybody can go talk to people, overcome their fear of public speaking. Like, it's been done a million, a billion even. It could have been done a billion times before. So one of my beliefs is that if I want something, I can literally just go out and get it. And if I didn't get it, it's because I did something wrong. So when you shift your reality to holding all the burden, to putting all the weight on your shoulders, you give yourself a lot more potential. You unlock a lot more potential in life. But you also hold yourself accountable for if you do fail. And nobody wants to be accountable. Nobody wants additional responsibility. Maybe most people don't, but they don't want to fail and then realize that it was on their own hands, it was on their own shoulders, and it was their own fault for their failure. A lot of people would rather blame external factors, other things in the world, the fact that it just wasn't in the cards, right? But yeah, I would say that's one example. And I kind of sidetracked a little bit just trying to explain that. But there's a lot of truths that you may have subconsciously picked up in your youth. So, and you don't really have a say of how your childhood comes out. I guess it's not like you're a fully functioning conscious person yet. So a lot of that isn't really up to you. It wasn't really up to you, but how you process it and the information that you pull on it and the perspectives that you pull from your previous experiences is now up to you. So, for example, me personally, I was a really shy kid, like very shy. I didn't talk to people. I was very timid. And obviously, if you are timid, then people won't want to really talk to you, or it's more difficult to talk to you as well. So I feel like maybe one of the truths about the world that I've picked up from my childhood is that people aren't friendly. And that's not a cover-all case. Like, logically, I understand that that's not true. That most people are good people, and that most people are pretty easygoing and easy to talk to. But somewhere rooted in the back of my mind is the idea that if I go and approach somebody, if I go and try to talk to a new person, there's a good chance that they won't like me or like what I have to say. And it's not true. From what I see now, like I said, most people are very easygoing. Most people are easy to talk to. But because of what I picked up from my childhood, from my previous experiences that were maybe more foundational in my understanding of the world, I have this idea that it's difficult to talk to new people, to meet new people, and to put yourself out there. And that can obviously lead to a lot of problems that can make you more reclusive. And maybe you can excuse that by saying that you want to work on your own projects, you want to work on your own things. But in reality, you may just be afraid of people and afraid of interaction. And that's something that I have to really take a deep look at myself for and try to figure out where exactly that belief came from, pinpoint it, and then try to logically erase it. And what I mean by that is to compare that memory and realize that it's not true. It doesn't stand true anymore. And through logic and reasoning, I feel like you can realize that that opinion, that subconscious perspective doesn't stand true anymore. And it's not a truth of the world that maybe you may have thought was previously. But the only way you can do that is by reaching into your subconscious, seeing where the problem is, and trying to erase it, trying to logic it away, maybe. But that's something that I have to work on myself. I don't have it figured out. I don't have the answers, and I like obviously I don't claim to have the answers, but it's a start. It's a start for sure. And I think that's kind of all I had to say for today. But what I would want someone to take away from this video is that if you're not where you want to be in life, it's because you've set limits on yourself that stop you from getting there. And you have to find out what they are, where they came from, what experiences they're rooted in. And once you erase them, once you clear those blockages, then things get better. Your energy can flow. If you clear the blockage, then the rest should be a lot easier when you're not actively holding yourself back. So I think that's all I have for today. Thanks for watching. If you guys want to leave a comment, please do. I'll get back to y'all. And yeah, please like and subscribe if you like the video. Thank you and goodbye.